Hi everyone, I'm Demetrius and I'm from the OCPRS. Today I'm going to talk to you about vampirism. Most paranormal researchers and vampirologists seldom address vampirism in a serious way. And when they do, they often reduce it or limit it to literary or psychological terms, and in the most disturbing cases, occult and New Age perspectives. This is something I'm not going to do, nor do I encourage anyone else to do. Instead, I'd like to talk to you about a man who had direct dealings or experiences with vampirism from 1967 into the early 80s. His name at the time was Sean Manchester, who is now a bishop, so he's now Bishop Sean Manchester. In his book, The Highgate Vampire, Bishop Sean Manchester outlines the evidence of his experiences. He also demonstrates how he reconciles those experiences to the wisdom of the church, and having done so was able to conclude that the paranormal phenomenon occurring at the Highgate Cemetery and surrounding area was indeed vampirism. Now, when I say evidence, I don't mean legalistic or scientific. If that's what you would like to find, well, you're not going to find that type of evidence. Instead, you're going to find his own personal testimony written throughout his book, and it's very well written. It is believable on its own. However, he did follow up with another book called The Vampire Hunter'S Handbook. There we are. Here's a picture of Bishop Sean Manchester. And in this book, he offers some more information about the Highgate Vampire incident. He also discusses the phenomenon or problem of vampirism, of those people who are fascinated with vampires and who try to emulate that type of lifestyle and ultimately fall into satanic beliefs. Now, both books are excellent sources of information, especially concerning vampirism. In fact, I would have to honestly say that these are the only books I would recommend to anyone who's interested in learning the truth about vampires. Most other books, in fact the majority, come from secular perspectives, and they do not address vampirism in any other way other than superstition. And yet, as we see at the outset of my video, vampirism is not something that everyone is entirely convinced belongs to the realm of the imagination and superstition. People still wonder why these reports, especially if you consider the Exorcist conference in Poland, whereby almost 300 exorcists gathered together to discuss the growing problem of vampires in Europe. So, with that said, I have written an article based on Bishop Sean Manchester's books on my blog, at the OCPRS Blog. It attempts to address the paranormal phenomenon that he encountered, comparing it to the experiences of the church, and demonstrating it as demonic manifestations, which is something which Bishop Sean Manchester does himself. Although what I'm attempting to do is demonstrate the validity of his claims through other experiences of the church, in order for people to recognize that vampirism is a type of manifestation that occurs. It's not the only type, and it is distinct from others. However, its source is always the same. Demonic manifestation, and this is something that makes vampirism not just possible, but very likely for those who are still on the edge of deciding whether or not it's true or not. It's a very controversial topic, of course. I don't expect everyone to take myself seriously. or Bishop Sean Manchester seriously, or anyone. However, you have to ask yourself something. If vampires don't exist, then why are they such a strong image in our collective consciousness, if you will? Those articles themselves at the beginning of this video, they really do present that doubt that lingers in the minds of humanity. And it can't be all owed to superstition. These are events that take place, and they don't provide any real solid proof in themselves. However, the fact that humanity has not moved beyond believing vampirism to be just superstition means that there could be some truth out there to the existence of vampires. And with that said, before I begin babbling, come visit my blog and read the article, and more importantly, read Bishop Sean Manchester's books, Highgate Vampire, and the Vampire Hunter's Handbook. Alright, there we go. Cheers.